Sometimes you have an emergency in the studio. I've got a painting that's just arrived, it's in critical condition and it needs to be turned around quickly. So it's action stations, let's go. Now, this fabulous little painting by Adolphe Vallet has come into the studio. It has detached from its board, how it was originally mounted. It looks like they had used some kind of adhesive tape which has started to separate. So this is a fairly straightforward and simple little job which will get this painting back secure onto its board. So I'm using a BEVA film, which is a conservation grade adhesive film. It's a bit like a double-sided tape, apart from that it's heat activated, so it's tacked on first on one side using the heated spatula. So this is going to be at about 60 to 80 degrees centigrade, and I'm not putting any pressure on this. The heat from the spatula is just warming that adhesive and attaching the first side of the film to the painting. So you can see there it's started to secure there. So I will just gently go over the whole of this painting and attach the film. And then once that has cooled, I'll be able to remove the release paper or the release sheet, which can be a little bit tricky, and then flip it over and attach it to the new acid-free museum grade board that I'm using for this process. So it's a little straightforward job. The client needs this fairly quickly, so I've said that I can fit it in. Once the back is tacked on, I just trim off the excess, and this also makes it a little bit easier to peel off the release film. So I'm just going to release that now, and then again, this is not sticky or tacky at this stage. Again, you can touch it and handle it and move it. It's great for positioning objects, be it paper or canvas. And then I can put this onto the acid-free mount board, which is going to be its new support. And I'm using a little bit of linen there just as a bit of a barrier and some more release paper. Now this is my main relining iron. It's extremely heavy. So there is a dwell time that I use for this adhesive, and it's probably around, I don't know, 8 to 9 seconds. So with the weight of the iron and the temperature penetrating through the linen, through the painting, the adhesive on the back is activated and it forms a really secure bond to the board. So this painting now will have flattened down, have a nice uniform finish, and it will be attached to that board and won't lift. It'll be more secure than using a glue or a spray adhesive or a tape or PVA glue or any manner of adhesive that I've seen used in the past. And the nice thing about this adhesive is if this painting needs to be removed again, let's say the client wants it on a stretcher rather than on board, we can just use the iron and the heat again and it will just release with no damage to the painting whatsoever. And any glue residue from the back can also be removed. So it's a really safe way of mounting an artwork and just making sure that there's no fluctuations in that surface. So you can see there it's nice and secure. So this painting is going to be cleaned now lightly. There's a few little marks that I need to address, and then it will be remounted back in the frame and it will be delivered back to the client. So a fairly quick turnaround for a simple job, but a beautiful little portrait by Vallet, one of Manchester's forming artists. So here it is back in its frame, and I will just show you. There we go. So all framed up, cleaned and secure, looking a lot better for this process. So now I need to nip into Manchester and drop this off. Right, so dropped off, quite happy, which is always good.
He said I was quite good, which is quite nice. So I like it when I get a compliment. Right, I need to buy some materials now, so I'm going to buy a few bits of stuff that I need, and then I'm going to head back to the studio. Okay, if I see anything interesting, I'll show you.
So this is my favourite room in Manchester Art Gallery, the Lowry and Vallet room. So Pierre Adolphe Vallet came over to Manchester around 1904. We're not quite sure why he came to Manchester, but he was full of the Impressionism and the changes of what was happening in Paris at the time. And he came and he made greetings cards and prints, and then ended up teaching at Manchester School of Art, where Lowry was one of his pupils. And Vallet painted these wonderful impressionistic scenes of Manchester at the turn of the century, all the smog and atmosphere, the busyness of the town centre. And these were kind of like, for me, this is the birthplace of northern art in the northwest, the industrial scene, the urban landscape. And I just love these paintings. Here's one by J.Hopner. She's a contemporary Manchester painter. But these pictures, the atmosphere that he captured is just fantastic. And he was a massive influence on Lowry. And I'll just show you my absolute favourite painting in Manchester Art Gallery. It's this little study by Vallet of Albert Square. And I don't know, I just love it. I love all the brush strokes. All these little studies, they look like they were painted plein air, and they just really capture the atmosphere and the joy of painting. So whenever I'm in Manchester and I'm near the art gallery, I have to pop in and check out that little painting just to make sure it's still there.
Morning guys, well I'm back at the columns today to do a little bit of restoration work on them. This garden, this whole sculpture garden is going to open up at the end of the week, and I've probably got a 3-hour window before it rains. Let's see, blue column, a little bit of gilding, red column, gild this band. What else have I got to do? Orange column, full gild. So it's probably a good few hours work here. So I'm just hoping that the rain stays off, but I'm not holding my breath, so we'll see how we get on. Right, let's get to work. Oh well, typical. We've had all those weeks of wonderful sunshine and you just think it's going to last forever, and it's just tipping it down. I've got about an hour and a half's work in there filling some of those areas, which I'll show you in a minute, but yeah, unfortunately it's just too wet. I've put the size on for the gold leaf, but it's just not taking, so looks like there'll be another trip down to the columns to finish off, but yeah, slightly frustrating, but that's the great British weather for you. Let me just show you what I did manage to do. So I've got these repairs done here. They'll go off, it won't matter too much that it's raining, and then same on here. Got some of these sections filled, and here and down here as well, and up on that top corner too. But yeah, I tried to gild there, but it's just not taking at all. So yeah, I think the best thing to do is just leave it and come back another day. Oh well, let's get back to the studio. Hi guys, it's Wednesday afternoon. I got rained off that job, so it's half term. I'm going to take some time and we are going to go with the family up to Whitby and spend a couple of days there, and then up to Newcastle. The sun is sort of coming out, but it looks pretty much like rain all the way, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I'll be able to grab some footage for you, show you anything interesting, and give you a bit of a tour of Whitby as well, somewhere that I've wanted to go for quite a while. There's loads of history there. So yeah, onwards, let's go to Whitby. Guys, just arrived at Whitby. Not a bad drive in. Just found our apartment. Looks okay. So it's got character, and yeah, we're going to go for a bit of an explore once we've got everything packed up. Okay, see you in a minute. It smells well strong. Wow, sun's setting now, or set. Got Whitby in the background there. Just had a beautiful walk amongst some
Everywhere the lakes are sheen, singing the autumn ornamental life that he can see. You can boil him eggs and marbles, make him suck them all.
Right, so it's been a busy old day. We've been up to the Abbey, we've been on a boat trip. I am just going back now to get some supplies, bits of food from the co-op, and then we'll be going out for something to eat later on tonight. But yeah, it's a nice lovely day, nice and mild, very busy, so busy here. But yeah, we'll grab a bit of food and chill out for a bit, and then we will be back out later on. Unfortunately, that's all I've got down for this week. It was a great trip up to Whitby, really enjoyed it, and then we stopped in Durham for a while for just a bit of a few hours walk around, and then we were off up to Newcastle to visit some more family. Hope you enjoyed the Vallet restorations and a bit of a trip around the Manchester Art Gallery. Next week I will have a new painting for you for full restoration. I'm going to endeavour to get something together for you. Other than that, I hope you have a lovely weekend. Thanks for watching, thanks for your support, and I will see you next time. Okay guys, cheers, thank you.